Dear colleagues, this is a routine Phaco emulsification of a cataract with grade 3 nuclear sclerosis. This is the main incision, 2.8 millimeter. Now, viscoelastic substance is injected into the anterior chamber. This is 2% ASP-MC, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. Now, one side port is made on the right side of the main incision, about 2.5 clock hours away. Another side port is made on the left side of the main incision, about 2 clock hours away. Now the anterior capsule is incised with a 26 gauge bent cystitome and a capsular tag is made. This capsular tag is held with a ureter forceps, and I go anticlockwise, remaining at equal distance from the dilated pupillary margin. Now hydrodissection is to be done. Little bit of visco is expressed out, depressing the posterior leaf. Now BSS is passed just underneath the anterior capsular rim, and I can see that the fluid wave goes to the other side. The lens is mobilized. Viscoelastic substance is injected, and now is the time to enter into the eye with the Phaco handpiece. This is Oatley Cataracts 3 Phaco machine. This is easy tip. We can see the tip is wider than the shaft. Now this is direct chop. Just impale the Phaco tip deep into the nucleus and chop the nucleus. This is the second chop. Now this free nuclear fragment is emulsified and removed. The nucleus is rotated, and this is the third chop. This free nuclear fragment is also emulsified with ultrasonic energy, and it is removed. Thus, one by one, the nuclear fragments are emulsified and taken out. Power was 60%, flow rate was 45, and vacuum was 450 mm of mercury. This is the epinucleus. The epinucleus is mobilized and it is removed. Now we are left with cortical lens matter, the cortex of the cataractous lens. SPMC is injected again. Now we can see the rhexis is almost circular. It is comparable to a femtorhexis. Now cortical lens matter can be cleaned with a bimanual IA, a coaxial IA, or with a Simcoe cannula. This is a 23 gauge direct Simcoe cannula. It goes through 1.2 mm side port very easily. The wound is not stressed and it seals very nicely. That's it. The capsule has been polished, and now some cortical matter was there at around 10 o'clock. It is being removed. Now viscoelastic substance is again injected into the anterior chamber and in the capsular bag. Now this is sensor single-piece intraocular lens. The lens is implanted in the capsular bag. The leading haptic goes into the capsular bag, and in this case the trailing haptic didn't go into the capsular bag. I take help of a Sensky hook and dial the lens, and the trailing haptic goes into the capsular bag. Both the haptics take shelter at the equatorial region of the capsular bag. Now, viscoelastic substance has to be thoroughly cleaned out. I take BSS in a 10 cc glass syringe and I irrigate the BSS in the antechamber and behind the eye well with Simcoe cannula first. And most of the viscoelastic substance, about 80% viscoelastic substance, come out just by flushing. Now I take bimanual irrigation aspiration probes. First I go only with the irrigation and irrigate the anterior chamber. The remaining viscoelastic substance come out. I go behind the eye well and irrigate the capsular bag. Once this is done, I use both irrigation and aspiration and aspirate the remaining cortical matter, remaining viscoelastic substance. Now this is moxifloxacin. Now I hydrate the side ports. The side ports become watertight ones. Since I never stress the side ports, it seals very nicely just by little bit of hydration. I don't have to hydrate it very much. My main incision, the 2.8 mm main incision, usually doesn't require hydration. Now this is the final wash with Simcoe, and this is how I form the anterior chamber. Dear colleagues, we must be very meticulous in our surgery. We must take utmost care of every cell of the eye. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Thank you for your attention.